Hello everyone, Red Lip here. Welcome back to the channel where we navigate the treacherous waters of Las Vegas dining so you don't have to drown in disappointment. Las Vegas, the city where patience is tested more than your liver. And nowhere is this more evident than at the South Point Casino's Friday night seafood buffet. Picture this: grown adults camping out like they're waiting for concert tickets, clutching folding stools from Dick's Sporting Goods, all for the promise of unlimited crab legs at $48.95 per person. Is this madness worth nearly $50 and potentially 3 hours of your precious Vegas vacation? We've endured the lines, cracked countless shells, and even attempted the unthinkable, eating salad at a Vegas buffet, all to answer one burning question. Has South Point created a seafood spectacle worth the suffering? Or is this just another tourist trap masquerading as value dining? Today, we're diving deep into this oceanic odyssey, examining every aspect from the 2-hour wait times to the real butter revelation that changes everything. We'll reveal the secret weapons hidden among the standard offerings, expose the disappointing duds, and most importantly, determine if this legendary line is leading you to seafood salvation or wallet devastation. The Waiting Game. A masterclass in Vegas patience. Let me paint you a picture of dedication that would make Black Friday shoppers weep. Arriving at 2 p.m. for a 3 p.m. opening isn't early. It's strategic survival in the South Point seafood ecosystem. The line phenomenon at South Point has evolved into its own civilization, complete with professional line sitters armed with portable chairs and the resigned expressions of people who've accepted their fate. By 2:20, that line has doubled, snaking through the casino like a conga line of seafood desperation, growing longer with each passing minute. Here's what they don't tell you in the tourist guides. South Point recently moved their opening from 4 p.m. to 3 p.m., a merciful adjustment that shaves an hour off the suffering. But don't celebrate yet. Even with this earlier start, you're looking at a minimum 1-hour investment just to reach the cashier. And that's if you're lucky. The choreography of chaos begins precisely at 3:01 p.m., when the line lurches forward with the enthusiasm of a zombie apocalypse. Then comes the stop-and-go shuffle, each pause representing another family negotiating table sizes, players' cards, and the shocking realization that, yes, it really is $48.95 per person. Pro tip from someone who's mastered this dance: bring that folding stool from Dick's Sporting Goods. $12 well spent. Your back will thank you, your sanity will remain intact, and you'll have something to lean on when you question your life choices around the 90-minute mark. The seafood stations, where dreams meet reality. Once you've breached the promised land at approximately 3:10 p.m., the real adventure begins. The seafood section greets you like a siren's call, roped off with stanchions as if protecting precious gems rather than crustaceans. Let's talk about those snow crab legs first, the marquee attraction that drives this entire circus. These aren't the glorious clusters of Atlantic City's golden era. Instead, you're presented with pre-cut, individually separated pieces that feel more like crab leg fragments than the full oceanic experience. The texture delivers what you'd expect from decent quality crab: sweet, delicate strands that pull cleanly from the shell. The meat maintains that quintessential bounce, neither mushy from overcooking nor tough from freezer burn, earning a respectable 8.5 on our scale. But here's where strategy matters. Skip the mysterious yellow liquid masquerading as butter at the crab station. The real treasure lies hidden near the bread station. Actual, genuine butter that transforms these crab legs from good to transcendent when properly melted. The Dungeness crab offerings present a more refined alternative, boasting a deeper, more pronounced seafood essence that makes the snow crab seem almost pedestrian by comparison. These specimens carry that distinctive mineral sweetness, that briny kiss of the Pacific that reminds you why Dungeness commands respect in seafood circles. Moving beyond the headliners, we encounter the supporting cast that ranges from delightful surprises to unfortunate afterthoughts. The miniature bay scallops, no bigger than marbles, deliver concentrated bursts of oceanic sweetness that prove size doesn't always matter in the seafood game. The oysters Rockefeller, nestled on their bed of rock salt, present adequately, if not spectacularly. The seafood paella attempts ambition, but falls into that tragic Vegas buffet trap of sitting too long under heat lamps, the rice absorbing moisture until it resembles risotto's disappointed cousin. The peel-and-eat shrimp deserves special mention. offering properly cooked crustaceans with that perfect snap. These are the sad, overcooked rubber erasers you find at lesser establishments. Each shrimp maintains its structural integrity, sweet and firm without that ammonia tang. The land. Alternatives. Unexpected heroes and villains. While Seafood Buffet suggests oceanic exclusivity, South Point hedges its bets with an impressive array of landlocked options. This isn't necessarily a criticism. Sometimes you need a palate cleanser between your 5th and 6th plate of crab legs. The unexpected champion of the evening? The brown beef in mysterious sauce. A dish so vaguely named it sounds like military surplus. Yet this unassuming protein delivers a 9 out of 10 experience. The sauce carrying such depths of umami richness that you forget you're supposed to be eating seafood. This sauce, glossy, deeply savory, with hints of soy and garlic, transforms even the slightly chewy beef into something approaching excellence. Paired with the accompanying noodles, it becomes the dark horse dish you didn't know you needed, but won't soon forget. The prime rib station, that Vegas buffet staple, presents thick 1-inch slabs that unfortunately carry an inexplicable ham-like quality. Perhaps it's the seasoning, perhaps the cooking method, but at 8 out of 10, it satisfies without inspiring. Tender enough to forgive its identity crisis. The Italian section deserves particular scrutiny, if only as a cautionary tale. The chicken parmesan arrives dry as the Mojave Desert it sits in, the tomato sauce tasting suspiciously of aluminum cans and broken dreams, earning a generous 6 out of 10. Sweet and sour chicken makes its obligatory appearance, that Chinese-American classic that every buffet feels compelled to include. Here, it achieves competence without distinction. The sauce properly tangy, the coating adequately crispy, the overall experience forgettable. The Mongolian Grill Station offers customization in a sea of pre-prepared options, allowing diners to feel some control over their destiny. Yet even this interactive element can't save you from the fundamental truth. You're here for seafood, and every non-seafood item represents opportunity cost measured in crab legs. The surprise elements. When buffets get creative. In unexpected moments of inspiration, South Point ventures beyond the predictable. The Taco Station, complete with both corn and flour tortillas, attempts to satisfy those who inexplicably crave Mexican food at a seafood buffet. The make-your-own setup includes all requisite toppings, though one questions the wisdom of combining seafood consumption with heavily spiced ground beef. This isn't fusion, it's confusion on a plate. Yet someone somewhere is happily building fish tacos. Pizza makes its obligatory appearance, because apparently no Vegas buffet is complete without it. Both Sicilian and traditional round pies sit under heat lamps, their cheese congealing into that particular texture that screams, "I've been here too long." The Asian section beyond the brown beef revelation offers standard suspects, beef and broccoli executing textbook takeout flavors, egg rolls achieving appropriate crispness. Fried rice does exactly what fried rice should do. Nothing more, nothing less. Existing as carbohydrate filler, the Soup Station deserves recognition for its Manhattan clam chowder, chunky with actual clam pieces. This chowder carries enough flavor to both stand alone and serve as an excellent butter-melting vessel. Innovation through desperation. The dessert denouement. Sweet endings. After multiple pounds of seafood, dessert becomes less celebration and more obligation. Yet South Point delivers competent conclusions to your gluttonous journey. The ice cream selection transcends typical buffet offerings, particularly the mango that explodes with what feels like 140% fruit intensity. The strawberry cream variant channels Starburst candy with suspicious accuracy, while dark chocolate provides sophisticated bitterness. Apple pie achieves 8.5 status, though it pales compared to Main Street Station's legendary 10 out of 10 offering. The filling tends toward gelatinous, the crust slightly underbaked, but after your 7th plate, critical faculties diminish. The blueberry pie suffers from artificial sweetener syndrome, that particular chemical sweetness that reminds you this is mass production. 7 out of 10, and that's being generous after the seafood marathon. The value proposition. Mathematics of gluttony. Let's talk brutal economics, because at $48.95 per person, this isn't casual dining. It's an investment strategy. Current market prices for snow crab legs hover around $10 to $15 per pound at retail, meaning you need to consume 4 pounds to approach break-even. Factor in Dungeness crab at $15 to $20 per pound, unlimited shrimp, scallops, and oysters, plus all supporting cast members. The math starts working in your favor. If you can eat like a competitive athlete, the average diner consuming 2 pounds of crab, some shrimp, and sides might struggle to justify the expense. But here's the hidden value: unlimited time. Unlike many Vegas buffets that enforce strict limits, South Point seems content letting you graze from 3 p.m. until closing, turning dinner into an endurance event. Strategic diners pace themselves across 4 or 5 hours, taking breaks between rounds, maximizing both consumption and value. The competitive landscape. How South Point stacks up. In Vegas's seafood buffet hierarchy, South Point occupies interesting middle ground. It lacks the sophistication of Bellagio or Wynn buffets, where $100-plus price tags include lobster tails and international selections, yet it far surpasses sad off-strip stereotypes that treat seafood as afterthought. South Point delivers genuine product at a price point that doesn't require a second mortgage. The closest competition comes from Station Casino properties during seafood nights, similarly priced, but without notorious lines. However, their quality varies wildly, while South Point's consistency provides reliability in a city built on chance. Rio's formerly legendary Village Seafood Buffet set the standard before closure, and South Point fills that void adequately. You won't find lobster, king crab, or sushi-grade tuna, but for under $50, you're getting honest value. The strategic approach: maximizing your investment. Success at South Point requires military precision and whale-sized stomach capacity. Here's your battle plan for seafood supremacy. First, arrive by 2 p.m. sharp, with folding chair and acceptance that the next hour is lost. Consider a meditation. Pre-game mental preparation for the marathon ahead. Second, skip breakfast and limit lunch to maintain maximum capacity. Hydrate thoroughly beforehand because bathroom breaks mean lost consumption time. Third, ignore initial instincts to sample everything. Focus first on high-value proteins: crab legs, Dungeness crab, scallops, oysters, before venturing into lower return territories. Fourth, discover real butter immediately. This isn't just condiment, it's the difference between good and transcendent, between eating and experiencing. Fifth, pace yourself across multiple rounds with strategic intermissions. No time limit means treating this like test match cricket, not T20. The time factor. Deeper dive into dining economics. Let's get granular about temporal investment, because time, unlike crab legs, is genuinely limited. Arriving at 2 p.m. for 3 p.m. opening means committing minimum 4 hours. 1 waiting, 3 eating. At $48.95, you're essentially paying $12.24 per hour for eating privilege. Compare that to nice restaurants where $50 gets you in and out in 90 minutes with actual service. But psychology trumps economics here. Unlimited nature creates gamification that transforms dining into competition. You're not just eating, you're winning, defeating the house, extracting maximum value from minimum investment. This mental framework explains why adults celebrate consuming 5 pounds of crab like summiting Everest. It's not about food anymore. It's about principle, victory, saying, I ate $75 worth for $49. Seasonal variations, timing your attack. Not all Friday nights are created equal in South Point's seafood universe. Summer months see lighter crowds as tourists flee desert heat, making 2:30 p.m. arrival potentially acceptable. Winter brings snowbirds who've learned every trick, arriving at noon with lawn chairs and prospector determination. During convention season, forget reasonable wait times. You're competing with thousands seeking value dining. Holiday weekends transform the experience into Dante's circles of hell. New Year's Eve, 4th of July, Memorial Day should be avoided unless you enjoy 3-hour waits and depleted stations. The sweet spot hits during random Fridays in September or February when tourists thin and locals stay home. These magical evenings deliver shorter lines, fresher seafood, and unbroken staff. The hidden gems. What the crowds miss. While everyone rushes crab legs like Black Friday shoppers, Smart Money explores overlooked treasures. The Peel and Eat Shrimp Station, positioned away from main chaos, offers properly cooked crustaceans with perfect snap. The cocktail shrimp in cups might seem pedestrian, But these chilled beauties arrive properly deveined and sized. Paired with cocktail sauce packing enough horseradish to clear sinuses without overwhelming palates, they remind us simple execution beats ambitious failure. The clams hiding in various preparations deserve recognition beyond their station. Whether swimming in Manhattan chowder or nestled in paella, these bivalves maintain dignity, opening properly to reveal untortured meat. Even often ignored mussels deliver legitimate briny pleasure when available. While not winning size awards, these specimens arrive properly cleaned, adequately steamed, free from beard remnants. The Mongolian Grill Mastery. The Mongolian Grill represents interactive dining, delivering beyond expectations. Unlike prefab proteins under heat lamps, you control destiny through ingredients. Key lies in seafood selection when available. Shrimp and scallops take beautifully to wok cooking, developing char while maintaining tenderness. Sauce selection crucial. Avoid heavy glazes. Opt for garlic oil, light soy, letting ingredients shine. The psychology of buffet warfare. Understanding crowd psychology exponentially improves your experience. Initial rush creates chaos at crab legs, while other stations remain peaceful oases. Smart diners go opposite direction, hitting overlooked stations during the feeding frenzy. By time masses move on, fresh crab arrives for peaceful enjoyment. Watch staff patterns. Certain cooks work specific stations with varying quality. That older gentleman at carving? Generous portions. Younger guy? Not so much. Body language tells stories, saving you from disappointment. Diners walking away disgusted just provided valuable intelligence. Someone returning for thirds found gold. The Soup Station Strategy. Beyond clutch Manhattan clam chowder, Soup Station offers strategic opportunities. Spicy fish soup delivers complexity with actual fish chunks, not just flavored water. Use soups as palate cleansers between heavy courses strategically. That vegetable soup refreshes taste buds overwhelmed by butter and salt. Chicken noodle serves dual purpose. Comfort food plus excellent butter-melting vessel. Temperature monitoring crucial. Time visits with fresh batch arrivals for optimal experience. The dessert psychology. After seafood marathon, dessert becomes obligation more than celebration. Yet, South Point delivers competent conclusions, requiring strategic approach. Ice cream transcends typical offerings. That 140% intensity mango, Starburst channeling strawberry, sophisticated dark chocolate. Timing matters. 7 p.m. refresh brings fresh batches. Chocolate fountain transforms ordinary into extraordinary when operational. Fresh fruit achieves elegance through chocolate baptism. The competitive eater's secrets. Observing professionals reveals techniques mere mortals miss entirely. They arrive hydrated but empty, having fasted strategically for maximum capacity. Protein-first approach dominates. Expensive items before cheap fillers. They avoid bread, rice, pasta entirely, viewing carbohydrates as rookie mistakes. Pacing crucial. Steady consumption over hours, not frantic initial gorging. Temperature preference matters. Room temperature foods digest easier than extreme temperatures. The staff dynamics. Understanding staff perspectives improves experiences dramatically. These workers witness humanity at its most gluttonous, maintaining professionalism despite disasters. Treat them kindly, benefits follow. Fresher batches, better cuts provided. That crab leg attendant controls happiness. Respect earns rewards. Timing interactions matters. Avoid rush periods. Learn names. Become familiar. Friendly faces receive preferential treatment. The final verdict. Paradise or purgatory? South Point's Friday night seafood buffet exists in that peculiar Vegas space between aspiration and reality. It promises oceanic abundance and delivers pond adequacy, with occasional glimpses of maritime glory. For crab leg enthusiasts with competitive eating capabilities and infinite patience, this represents solid value. For casual diners expecting win quality at station prices, disappointment awaits. The 2-hour wait remains the biggest barrier to recommendation. That's time for pools, shows, or losing money more efficiently at tables. Yet, for those who've planned accordingly, understanding Vegas buffets are about endurance as much as enjoyment. South Point delivers. All the crab legs you can eat. Eventually. If you're patient enough. Quality won't blow minds, but neither will it insult intelligence or assault digestive systems. The brown beef alone almost justifies return visits. though that might be Stockholm Syndrome after 2 hours in line. Target audience: locals with time to kill, tourists on strict budgets factoring wait time, competitive eaters viewing this as training. Avoid if you have other dinner plans, travel with impatient children, or value time over money. Is it worth your Friday night? That depends entirely on your definition of victory. If success means consuming bodyweight in crustaceans while surrounded by fellow warriors, South Point delivers consistently. If success means elegant dining with attentive service and reasonable time investment, reconsider your choices. This isn't dinner, it's lifestyle decision. Philosophical statement about value in late-stage capitalism. The fact people return weekly suggests something beyond mere food satisfaction. Perhaps it's community of shared suffering, bonds formed in endless lines, collective triumph of defeating corporate margins. Until we feast again, this is Red Lip, reminding you that in Vegas, the house always wins. But occasionally, they let you eat enough crab to feel like you've beaten the system. Hit that subscribe button for more honest Vegas dining intelligence. Ring the notification bell to catch our next adventure. And remember, bring your own butter for guarantees in this town. Next week, we're investigating whether Bacchanal Buffet's $150 price tag delivers triple value or just triple attitude. Trust me, you'll want to see what happens when champagne tastes meet beer budgets in America's playground. Keep eating adventurously, Vegas warriors.